Hi there. It's the 10th of April 2016. It's Sunday afternoon, and I just thought I'd record another video blog. Spring's here, and it sort of feels nice. So I just thought I'd record a message. So, can't get comfortable sitting on the floor. I'm about to go out and cut my grass, which I put off last weekend because I felt crappy. I don't feel 100% now, but I'm getting there. 4 weeks nearly post-surgery, and things are starting to take shape. I'll talk about that in a minute. So I've just been to see Mum. Not such a good visit today. She was very, very tearful when I got there. Managed to cheer her up a little, and that's sort of really the only expectation I have from any visit to see Mum, that I leave her in a better state than when I arrived. I don't have any other expectations than that. Managed to feed her lunch, which always gives me some satisfaction because it feels like I'm adding some value. But that's about as good as it gets, really. So let's talk about facial surgery recovery. So this time 4 weeks ago, I'd just landed in Marbella. I'd just arrived at the Nest, and I was 2 days away from surgery. And wow, what an experience that was. And I feel I'm making really good progress, although I'm still in a lot of discomfort, particularly on my forehead. Still very numb and very not tender, but it just aches. My head aches. But I'm getting movement back. I can move my eyebrows now, and you see, and I can sort of get a bit of a frown going on if I try. But that's about it. Scars on my eyes are healing really nicely. Really nicely. They look like grey eyeliner lines now. And I don't know how long they'll take to fade, but I'm applying the cream twice a day as instructed. Still not putting any makeup on them, and I'll probably leave it another week before I put makeup on my eyes. I mean, I'm putting mascara on and a bit of eyeliner, but yeah, no eyeshadow yet. My nose is still numb on the end, but it's not uncomfortable, and it's not as tender around the nostril area as it was. And again, I'm putting the cream on the bridge of my nose there, just to help the scar heal, but it's hardly visible at all, really. It's really good. So what else? I'm still swollen here and bruised a little. You still see it looks puffy more than bruised now. And I don't know why I didn't buy it, but I bought some of that arnica cream, which is supposed to be good for bruises. I don't know why I didn't buy it 2 bloody weeks ago, but I live and learn. So I'm using that as well, and hopefully that might soften the bruises a little bit quicker and maybe take the swelling down a little bit. Still feel a bit swollen in here as well, although it's not too bad. Very pleased with the results, really pleased. I just want to feel comfortable again in my head mainly. It's really, really tender. Hey ho, I'm sort of feeling positive about it, as you can see. Smile. So, what else did I want to talk about today? Hormones. Yeah, so I've been on hormones now for 10.5 months. Don't know where that time's gone. It's flown by. And when I was first prescribed hormones back on the 1st of June, Dr. Curtis at Trans Health just prescribed me an estrogen patch, which I stayed on for 6 months on the same patch, no, 6 or 7 months on the same patch. And it did all the right things, you know, my skin was softening, my breasts were developing, my muscles were wasting in the right areas. It felt like my bum was getting a little bit bigger, although not as big as I'd like it to be. But you know, nipples were very tender, that sort of thing. But my estrogen levels never ever got up to the levels that they recommend, which is between 400 and 600. Most of mine got up to 260. But Dr. Curtis wasn't concerned about that, and he was also sort of delighted that it killed my testosterone without any T blocker. So my testosterone dropped from a baseline of 20 to about 1.4, and generally speaking, they want your testosterone to be under 3. So 1.4 was good. I didn't need a T blocker. Eventually, the GIC, Charing Cross, took ownership of my prescription. I took the blood results to them last November, and they said, well, we'd like your estrogen to be a little bit higher, so we're going to prescribe you these new drugs, or tablets, not new drug, they're not new drugs, but we're going to provide you prescribe you a different drug. And it's these little blue things here, Proganova, probably all seen those before. I was taking 2 of those a day, and he wanted to monitor my bloods every 8 weeks. Dr. Davies at Charing Cross. Eventually I was prescribed these through my GP, was on them for 8 weeks. My estrogen didn't rise, in fact it dropped a little bit further, down to just over 200, but I was still getting the right effects from estrogen. But the adverse effect was my testosterone went back up to 17, which is not a good thing. So I spoke to my GP, said, you need to prescribe me a T blocker. The GP said, what's a T blocker? So I sort of feel like I'm educating my GP at the same time, because I'm the only trans person at the surgery. So I explained to her what they were, and she said, well, she needed to take some advice from Charing Cross, blah, blah, blah. So she faxed Charing Cross. 4 weeks later, they eventually replied, after many phone calls and much pushing from myself, they eventually replied to my doctor's fax. Shocking place. Administration, absolutely shocking, Charing Cross. And eventually they sent a letter back to my GP saying, please prescribe Veronica Decapeptyl injection every 3 months, which I'm elated about. I got the prescription early last week, and after much procrastination with Boots the Chemist, I have eventually got these. So I have my Decapeptyl injection. There's a fly in my room. Decapeptyl injection, which I'm going tomorrow to have at my surgery. There's a needle and everything in there, and I guess I can self-administer once I know how to do it, but there's no way I'm sticking bloody needles in myself, I can tell you. So I got that for tomorrow. I've also got some Emla cream, which they said put on 40 minutes before and wrap yourself in cling film to keep it moist. So I have a roll of cling film as well for tomorrow, and they reckon the first time you have an injection that your testosterone can spike, which means it will go up even higher, which is not pleasant. So they prescribed this these tablets, cyproterone 50 milligrams, one to be taken every day for 2 weeks. So I've got those as well, which I'll start taking after the injection, and hopefully that will. I really struggled to get those because the chemist I went into first didn't have them, but now I have them. Don't know whether it's actually needed, whether the duration of the prescription is long enough. I've had various feedback from other trans women saying, well, I didn't need it, I didn't get a spike, and others that say, well, their spike lasted 4 weeks and the tablets sort of helped, but it lasted for 4 weeks. So God knows what's going to happen to me, but I'm really excited that tomorrow I get my injection, my first T blocker injection, and the end of testosterone in my body as we know it. So that's real good news. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a quick update. I'm now going to cut my grass because I should have done it last weekend, but I wasn't feeling 50%, and now I'm feeling a little bit over 50%. I think I can probably cut my grass. So whilst this video blog is uploading onto YouTube, I will cut my grass. Right, so thanks for listening. I'll record another message in a week or two. Love you. Bye. Oh, I didn't say just another memory. Bye.